Your fear of being perceived is quietly killing you. Imagine if every great artist, every entrepreneur, every musician, every writer stopped because they thought, oh, what if people think I'm cringe? What if people think I'm crazy? Like, what if people think I'm weird? None of those people would exist. And we've normalized living our life as though we are background characters in some great novel. But it's not like we don't have dreams, we don't have ambitions, because we do. It's just that we're terrified of being perceived. We really shouldn't be concerned with that. We can't control what anybody thinks. And people think that's humility. That's not real humility. That's just fear of wearing better clothes. Like, your life could be so much better, but you're afraid of what somebody thinks. There has never been a generation more afraid of embarrassment than now, because we are the most visible generation. Every mistake, every opinion, every like weird haircut or hair color, every failed opportunity, every failed business idea, every awkward face that you've ever had, it can be immortalized online. So instead of looking foolish, we avoid doing the thing that is worth noticing. Like, we avoid doing anything worth noticing. We don't post a video, we don't start the business, we don't talk to that person, we don't wear what we actually like, clothes that we actually like, because we're embarrassed because of what our circle may think about that. We don't become our true selves because someone somewhere might look at us weird and judge us for it. And this might sound blunt or harsh, but I don't think most people are humble. I think they're hiding, like they're afraid. And there's a big difference in humility. Humility is like, I don't need to prove that I'm better than anyone. I do make mistakes, and that's okay. I can own up to it and I can adjust. And fear says, please don't notice me. Please don't look at me. Please don't laugh at me if I fail. Humility brings you peace. You're okay with the thought that you might fail, you might mess up, but you know that you can get back on track. And that's fine if people can see that. If that happens, it's fine. Even if no one sees it, you're okay with that. And like the other side, like the fear side, that is just self-preservation. You've convinced yourself to just be realistic. Whatever realistic is, you're not ready, you're not talented enough, you're not interesting enough. Maybe, but maybe you're just protecting your ego from public rejection. You're afraid of rejection because as long as nobody sees you try, nobody has the ability to watch you fail, and you're afraid of somebody seeing that. Ironically enough, the fear of being perceived is still your ego at work. It's just reverse. Most people think ego sounds like arrogance. Oh, I'm the best at blah 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 blah, no one's ever gonna be like me, and blah blah blah. But it's walking into every room believing that you're the smartest person there. Like, that's what they think ego is. But ego can also whisper, like, everyone is looking at you, everyone is judging you, everyone will remember this moment forever, everyone will remember what you had on yesterday. Think about how like self-centered that is, that actually genuinely is, that you think every person in every room that you walk into is judging you, looking at you, and caring the most about what you're doing in that moment. Are you delusional? Are you insane? Most people are busy worrying about themselves. They're replaying their own embarrassing moments, not yours. They don't care about you. The spotlight that you think is on you is just existing inside your head. Here's like the uncomfortable part about being too afraid to express who you are as a human being, because you're playing a small role in your own life. You're making a side role, a character role with no script in your own life. Like, playing small can become its own form of vanity because you're no longer making decisions based on your actual purpose. You're making them based on what your image is. You don't create because what if people think it's bad? What if people think the work that you're doing is bad? You don't dress the way you want to because you think, what if people stare? What if people don't like my clothes? You don't speak up about something because what if you sound stupid about it? But if you never give yourself a chance, you never give yourself opportunity to learn and do better and do more. Your entire life becomes an image management project, not a life. That is no life. That's an image, that's a persona, and eventually you become so good at protecting yourself that there's nothing left worth protecting because you have no substance as a human being. You're just a caricature of yourself. Like, people think bravery means like jumping off of cliffs, quitting your job, moving across the country, starting a company. Like, sometimes it's a way smaller step before you even get to those huge milestones in life. It's like uploading your first video, buying that first like artsy piece of clothing, having the cojones to post your art online, like being seen, being misunderstood, looking awkward while you're trying to figure everything out, existing without apologizing for your existence. Because every meaningful life requires public evidence that at one point you didn't know exactly what you were doing. You just kept going and you figured it out. Every expert has embarrassing beginnings, stupid mistakes that they, in hindsight, shouldn't have made, but it had to be made for them to get to the success that they got to today. Everybody has embarrassing skeletons, like kind of skeletons in the closet, like buried somewhere. You just usually don't see them. You are more focused on the end result. Now these people do interviews sharing their stories, and you're like, wow, you can't imagine how like stupid of mistakes that they would make if they share their experience. If they're like a CEO of a Fortune 500 company right now, or they're like a founder of one of those companies, and they tell you like, well, the dumbest thing that they've ever did, you wouldn't be able to fathom it because you only see them from their successful point of view. You didn't see them when they were trying and failing in the beginning. So like that safe life has like a hidden cost. Like, nothing catastrophic happens. You don't fail spectacularly. You don't get laughed at. You never discover who you could have become if you weren't so afraid of being seen. It's a slow, kind of miserable life because you never fully come into your full human expression. You're here to experience life, and that's not experiencing life because you don't have the courage to attempt to do new things because you're pre-embarrassed about what you haven't done yet by probably strangers that you don't even know. Not because something bad happened to you, but because nothing happens. That's like I would say it's a horrible life because you have no events. Like, it's not worth. Yes, it's fine, you can make a life, but you're kind of just surviving instead of really living. And you have to become comfortable with being seen. The goal isn't confidence right off the bat. Confidence comes later. You only get that with training. The goal is your tolerance to the potential rejection. You may not even face that much rejection, but you never know until you try. Like, can you tolerate being misunderstood? Can you tolerate somebody thinking you're cringe? Can you tolerate 10 people laughing at you? If it means one person needed to hear what you had to say or see the work that you had done. Freedom isn't when nobody judges you. We're all going to be judged. It's human nature. Freedom is when judgment stops affecting you and deciding your actions in your own life. One day, somebody is going to perceive you no matter what. They'll judge you, they'll misunderstand you, maybe even they will dislike you or hate you just because they wanted to. You don't have control over that. You will never have control over what somebody else thinks and what somebody else does. What you can control is how to react to that and whether you become invisible trying to avoid being seen, being judged. Maybe the greatest tragedy isn't dying with untapped potential, like it's okay, but maybe it's living an entire life where your greatest achievement was successfully convincing the world that there was nothing remarkable about you because you never attempted to do anything, so you never succeeded in doing anything. Like, real momentum begins the moment you stop apologizing for taking up space. because your life was never meant to be perfectly curated. There's no such thing as perfect. Everybody is going to make mistakes. There's going to be mistakes in life. There's no straight lines in nature, and nature is beautiful. Like, it was meant to be lived. Your life was meant to be lived and experienced. Love you. Bye.